So this is the side control attack system based on needs, all right? So we are using the terminology based on needs to determine what is the move that you should go, because you have multiple options. You have a lot of options about what to do, bless you. And most of the times, kids become hesitant, and sometimes they choose the move that is not the shortest value for the result, okay? So in Jiu-Jitsu, because Jiu-Jitsu is an action-reaction system, all right, you cannot predict what the opponent will do unless you are creating the environment for the opponent to perform an action that it's part of a pattern that you expect a reaction. So yes, you can set up the opponent with baits that you know where he is going to, so you can take advantage of that, okay? So I call based on needs because if I'm in side control, we have to assume a scenario where there are 20 seconds left in the fight. 20 seconds left in the fight. What do I need to do? Well, you have to analyze what's going on in the fight. You have to know what is the scoreboard saying, and you also have to analyze how much time is left. So I already told you that we have 20 seconds left. But what does the scoreboard say? Well, if there is 20 seconds left and I'm winning by points, I only have to wait 20 seconds for the victory. So I do not need to take risks. I can only stall. I stall for 20 seconds and I win. So the side control has 4 options, 4 needs based on scoreboard and time. My first need is stalling. So let's practice one of the ideal stalling positions in side control, okay? So this side control will start from gable grip, side control. And once I'm on my knees, I know I'm vulnerable here. The guy can easily recover guard on me, okay? Because the knee position is weak, all right? So when you switch your hips, you reposition and you shift your ribs on top of his ribs. That creates a lot of pressure, and we call this 100 kilos. It means 100 kilos position. So if I'm here in 100 kilos and I really want to stall, because I don't want to risk myself from going back to his guard, I'm going to switch my hips to 100 kilos, and I'm going to reposition my ribs on top of his ribs. Boom. It's invisible. But I did move my inch here in like a 2 o'clock angle, and I moved like an inch and a half here, up, putting more pressure on him, okay? Now, the move begins like this. My side control with the knees is weak, so to compensate that and make him uncomfortable, I put shoulder pressure, okay? Shoulder pressure on the face, at all times. But when I move to 100 kilos, naturally my shoulder will disconnect from his face. So that's why the shift of your ribs, it's important. So you can continue putting pressure, head down, and you can absolutely hold this for 20 seconds, okay? Now, my second need would be this scenario where I am losing by 1 point only, and there are only 20 seconds left. So I need to score 2 points to win, or I need to tap this guy out. And then you have to work on an elimination process of what's easier in Jiu-Jitsu. Scoring points is easier than submitting another opponent, okay? People will fight with their lives to not tap out, but they yield positions much easier. So points are easier than submission. So if I have the option to, in 20 seconds, to either score 2 points or going for a tap out move, choose the 2 points because it's going to be easier, okay? So the knee on the belly here is my way to score 2 points in 20 seconds. So from the 100 kilos position, I created a scenario where I have the arm on top of my leg here, so I can go back to my knee, isolating the limb that way. So I'll prevent Tabor from using this arm to block the knee on the belly, or potentially mount too, okay? So the move starts like this. And by the way, the 100 kilos allow you to move this elbow out of the picture here from this potential block, that way, without having to use my arms. So just using my legs, shoulder pressure, I transfer, ribs, head down. I'm preparing for the leg movement, so I can control his arm here, nice and tight. I put shoulder pressure back. okay? Now, I can do the knee on the belly here with the gable grip, or you can do grips, collar, leg, shoulder pressure, and I put the knee. Get my 2 points, I go back to side control, go back to St. Kilos, wait for the last 10 seconds, and I win the fight. You don't have to take risks by trying to advance, okay, try to mount. If I only need 2 points, I don't need 6 points. You don't need to mount. Go back to where you came from, secure the guy in St. Kilos, okay? Now, the other scenario is I need 4 points to win. Let's say I'm losing by 2 or 3 points, okay? I can score 4 points, or I submit the guy. 4 points is easier than going for submission. So, I'm in here, in gable grip. I go to St. Kilos. I isolate the arm, and I put the knee on the belly to mount. And every time you go to the mount, the guy will put the hand here to block the knee, okay? So this is perfect position for me for mounting or kimura him. Both opportunities are here equally now. Points are easier than submission, so I choose to do finger crawl, clear the hand, go to the mount, and I win the fight. If I do need the kimura, I'm gonna do the whole thing again. Shoulder pressure, St. Kilos, ribs repositioning, arm isolation, shoulder pressure again, knee on the belly for mount or kimura. If I'm losing by 10 points and submission is my only choice, I clamp the wrist, lock the kimura trap, and switch to St. Kilos, and I get the kimura. So these are the 4 needs side control system based on needs, okay? Based on what the scoreboard says and what the time left says. So this should contribute to you to make the best decision for the fight. Knowing always that points are easier than submission. 2 points are easier to score than 3 points. 3 points are easier to score than 4 points, and so on. So use this elimination process when you make decisions in Jiu-Jitsu, and try to apply this strategy so you can learn how to make decisions and achieve your objectives. Sounds good?